And hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tradeify Crypto Live stream and happy Thursday. We have Anastasia covering the order flow sessions she takes every Thursday. It will be in a continuation form. And I hope you guys watch the previous recordings of her to cope up with the lessons which we are going to learn today. Make sure to give us a subscribe and a like. So and yeah, we have some regular viewers. Hello, Glenn. Hello, Johnny Smith. And I see Thorjack also in a very consistent team of our viewers. And I really like that. We have some if we have some new people coming in as well, but let's start. Let's see what we have on the chart before Anastasia join us. And please share your view on any coin which you are trading. I know what Glenn is trading, mostly hype, but if you are trading anything else, let us know in the chat and what you are looking at, and if you are in any position, share the Coinbase. It's an exchange actually. Yeah, it's Roman is saying that can I look at Coinbase? If we can take a look at Roman, we can take a look at the coin which you like. Clash, the one is always clashing. I can't even read the price action in this pair. It's like a it reminds me of something from my school, but I should not say it on live. But anyway, let's go on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, what do you think, Roman? Should we go long? Should we go long in this? Oh, I'm zooming out. It's like an M pattern, so we might go till the minus 0.07 on the clash. I mean, yeah, we can short it till zero at this low. Why not? Yeah. So okay, so we had a really good move yesterday after we had a really bad range in the gold, and that's what always happens when we form a D-shaped kind of volume profile, and it will manipulate on the one side and the distribution on the other side. Let me get rid of all of this indicator. It's looking really bad, I know, but yeah, now it's super clean. Just take a look at this candle of news. I think I have after a long time I've seen this kind of candle where I pass evaluation by putting stop orders at highs and low just to pass some evaluation and get funded early. I do not recommend everyone trying this. Only if you want to throw some money after you get some payout. Yeah. Hello, Luna. What's so happy about this Thursday? Because Anastasia is actually going to cover some new lessons on order flow, which can really help you guys in whatever like strategy which can use order flow. It's a really great tool to use. That's all. We have Grey Note after a long time. I think you were not in the yesterday stream. We missed you. Welcome back to Tradeify Crypto channel. And it is just falling. It is just falling after a retrace back on the 4-hour. And it was just a recovery. It was not a reversal. We tapped the gap, and now I think it's going more lower, and it's really, really aggressive on the Boti wave. But I think we'll cover that soon. I'm not actually going to go over Moti wave because I think I'll give this stage to Anastasia today about her lessons. And let's take a look at hype, the pair which is always volatile. No single day you will see this pair in a range, and even if it will be in range, it will give you some setup in some sessions. You can see Asia doing absolutely fire, and in London session, if you think this is slow, it is not, because it's the best pair with a very low commission, and it feels like NQ to me. It's like a crypto NQ of the crypto market, crypto coin. Yeah. So I think we tapped the all-time high, and now it's just in a range, slowly melting lower and lower and lower. And I feel we still can continue lower till this range, because whenever we have range in the chart and we have fair value at that price, so I'm expecting price to tap this area soon and maybe take out this low swing low which formed at the London 1:10 p.m. Okay, so Grey Knot is saying, yeah, I actually missed it. I was sleeping during that time. I forgot to set an alarm. Oh my god, that's a really kind. I mean, I think I have never seen anyone so logged in just to watch our live stream. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Hey Pearl 70795. I mean, welcome to the stream. Jonathan is saying bullish on the hype. Hype is always bullish, and I think I actually have to make this pair my in my top 10 list after the Bitcoin and Ethereum. Jonathan is saying bearish on price, bullish on life. Yeah, that's how it should be. Bearish in the market or bullish in life. This line really suits well to swing trader. Actually, I mean, every single day. I'm actually sometime bearish on my life and bullish in chart, but when the payout hits, everything becomes bullish. Till then, I'm just bearish. Oh, that's a wrong chart. We are in the future channel, and okay. So I want to explain my swing trade, which actually was in break even yesterday, and eventually, if I would have not moved my stop loss to the lower this price, it was at 66,594. Let me zoom in my chart and show you guys. So yeah, it was at this price, 66,709. After I saw this 4 a.m. candle, I was like, okay, we might get the TP. I should break even the trade. And Anastasiia went long yesterday from here, and my break even was her target. And I think her take profit got filled, but my take profit for sell got hit after it really ripped me out yesterday and then dumped at 12 p.m. and you can see the price action. We tapped the swing low near the high volume node. That's, I don't know, every time I try to do something which I'm really not good at, it shows me that you should not even try. Don't even try coming on the higher time frame chart and taking any trade. It's horrible. Cool sounds like a new segment for what's happening in the chat. Oh yeah, the great name. Yeah, great name actually. Jonathan is active in the chat. Can you guys write? Okay, I think I lost it. I should continue with the analysis. And look at Ethereum. I don't know, this pair will never let me love it after like 2-3 months. It's just a slow look at Bitcoin with a really, really good price action, and look at Ethereum, it's really shit. I think if it comes to selling this pair, don't do it. Buying, yeah, good pair for buying because it is still bullish. I mean, not both are in the same trend, but if we talk about strength and weakness, a pair which is looking good for longs is Ethereum, not Bitcoin. And now what I'm going to do is actually going to share my multi-wave chart, and let's see what we had in the gold and PAXG chart, what happened here, and what kind of price action we had in this entire session. It was really volatile today. London was really great session. Let me share it quickly. Give me a moment, and make sure we have 16 people watching. Make sure to subscribe and give us a like, and Jonathan is saying, let's get those likes up. I know Ayush have some secret things. Yeah, prepared. I do have some things prepared, but I'm going to reveal it. I should reveal it. We are going to do a giveaway, but it's going to be unique. So to know that, you guys have to watch the live stream, and I'll let you know, guys, soon what we are going to give away and how. So make sure to be active. Let me give you a hint. If you'll write, keep on writing something in chat, chances of you winning an account without even doing anything will become higher. So yeah, keep writing in the chat. I know we do the duck race, but this time it's something new. Keep writing. It's a kind of a chat race. Instead of duck, we got board of ducks. Let's do a chat race. Okay. So yeah, let me switch to Motivave. It will take few seconds, I guess. Where's the window? Yeah. Now you're on my chart, Motivave. And take a look at this beautiful trade from this edge of the high volume node, which I use as supply and demand. Price really fell down, and we have this seller stuck at this level. Price be like, no, I don't give a damn about it. I'm gonna go up. That's actually really best kind of setup. I always look for like low volume area plus an absorption, and then price really shooting up higher, So if we okay, I think there are some things which are off on my chart. Yeah, I think I have to lower the frequency of the big trades. Instead of 20, let's do 30. So it will clear up the mess. It should soon. It's loading. Oh, and we have, I think there are actually, I need 900 to pass my 25K apex, but I hesitate to be long with Bitcoin. Oh, let me help you with that. Let me help you. What's bothering you? And so for that, we have to go to Bitcoin again. Wait, let me help you. I mean, I'm not really actually going to help you, but let me share my view on the Bitcoin. So if you look at Bitcoin, you're saying longs. I think I will not go long. That's all I can say. Going long in this bearish candle, and also the good point is we are actually in a high volume node, so chances are high that we might get something at the NY Open. I don't know. I shouldn't say that it's NY Open and stuff. It really doesn't really happen with the Bitcoin. It's mainly PaxG and the other altcoins, but Ethereum and Bitcoin, I'll be like, I'm gonna move when you sleep. I'm just gonna move when you are not on the chart. I just noticed Ayush lamp low. I think Roman actually helped me to keep it in the frame, so you guys to notice, and new cool things I'm gonna add. Yeah. Can you guys hear the guitar with the really in my background? You guys should be. Now I know the worth of wearing an headphones. I actually, I think last week we had a session on the Discord, and I wore the headphones the entire time for 1 hour. Then I realized there was no one listening to me, and I was like, why am I even wearing those? And we have Anastasia with us soon. She's going to join and start the presentation of order flows. So make sure to grab your notes. And actually, I'm done explaining what I'm looking on the chart. So hello, welcome, Anastasia.
Hey, how are you doing?
Absolutely fine. I was waiting for your session, and for that, I actually did some changes in my background to make it special event.
Wow, I see that. You have some items now in the background?
Yeah.
That's nice. So did you trade yesterday with the interest rate?
Oh, I actually did.
And how was it? You traded gold and Nasdaq, or what did you do?
No. It was actually gambling some evals. putting buy stop limit orders.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do when you have news.
And how was it?
Oh, it went nice. It went nice. I actually cleared some evals in some seconds, so it was good.
That's nice. But when you trade during the news like this, do you have a system? So do you actually follow the system?
No, it's actually I just put the buy stop and buy limit and sell limit.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So
I don't recommend this.
Okay, so you literally wait until the price either hits your buy stop or sell stop, basically.
Yeah, either my wallet will go empty or it will give me some money.
And you go all in.
Yeah.
Okay, so but not full capital, I suppose. You just let it like part of your capital, like a separate account. How do you manage it?
No. That's actually on the prop. I never do it in the live account. No.
Okay, so it's prop.
Yeah, it's prop. Never on live.
Okay, and like a challenge.
Yeah, challenge accounts. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you are basically satisfying, like you're satisfying your gambler side, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you want to trade, but you don't want to risk your account, and you'd find a way how to hit bots at the same time, basically.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I always do that instead of spending, time to pass an eval. Just pass it quickly and then be consistent in the funded state. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, like a lot of people told me, like, why you don't just like pass it quickly, and everything. But I don't know. I've never actually did this. But because a couple of times when I actually tried this method to just place buy limit and sell, buy stop and sell stop, on both sides, it actually, like I remember it like today. It was NFP, and the price was consolidating, and I placed my buy stop and sell stop, and you know what the price did? The price did like jump down and stabilized where it started.
So you blew all the events.
I didn't blow the account, but I had, because it was not full all in, but I had 2 trades opened in the negative because it was back where it started before the non-farm. Mm-hmm. So I was like, but like, how is it even possible? Like, what is the chance that it's gonna do this to me? I'm like, I need to be so unlucky to actually get into this kind of thing. But yeah, it's after this, I think I never tried again. But you place your stop loss like this or not, or you just like let it run?
Let it run. I set the target of, let's say if I have 50K account and evaluation, I set my stop at lockout at $3,000, and if that hits, welcome to the funded trade. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
I actually throw, if I get a payout, I throw 10% of the amount I get paid, and just to capitalize. I mean, add in my portfolio just to get some more dollars.
Yeah, makes sense. Hey guys, everyone who's saying hi in the chat, welcome. Hey guys, hey, good to see you all. Going long on Bitcoin now is like tanking ocean wave. Jack is saying. Yeah.
What they are writing? Why Ferrari got a helicopter?
I'm trying to follow, and I'm not following. I'm really trying to follow where is this conversation going? From and where to it is going, but I can't.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Can't find. Let's continue with the Lambo for the win. Yeah. Lambo for the win.
Yeah.
Actually, when you pass some account with Tradeify futures, you have the Lambo in the certificate. So yeah, Lambo for the win. And the submarine. Oh my God! I think we really have to. I think I have to make a bot to analyze what you guys are fighting in the chat while we are discussing something. It's really off track.
Yeah, it's completely off, but it's funny. Funny. Yeah, I suppose we can get into the lesson number 3 then. I'll share another screen. Let's just check the sound if you guys can hear me well.
Now it's good. Now it's good.
Yeah, perfect. And just a little bit better maybe like this. Jack is saying no risk, no vibe. I mean,
What?
kind of, I guess.
No
yeah.
risk. What kind of risk you want to take? That's what matters.
I mean, yeah, it depends which approach you're taking, you know?
Yeah.
Depends. But Ayush, I'm gonna need your help if you can.
Why
If
not?
it stops switching to the next screen, just let me know. Okay.
Literally, we do. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. So last times we talked about market auction. So we talked about how the market is actually forming and how the price is forming, how orders interact, and what's the difference between aggressive and passive order flow. Then the next time we talked about basis of footprints, so the difference between the Japanese candlesticks that everyone sees and the footprint charts, and how to read those, you know, on a very base. The next time, which was the last Thursday, we built upon this. It was a lesson number 3, and we talked about how to apply footprint charts in the trading method. So how can you actually, with the 3 different trading methods, apply the footprint charts and find entries and exits in the market. Now, today I want to build on top of it because we did talk about the volume in general and the very basic volume indicator that everyone knows. So we already know the concept of volume. We know that it's a summary of all the orders. We know all of this. Now, today we're going to dive into something that both me and Ayush actually use for our trading daily, and it's called the horizontal volume, or more like professionally is a volume profile, and how to find the areas of interest for the big players. So I'm going to switch again, and in front of you is basically the formula, just to remind you the formula of order of volume, which is a summary of asks and bids. So again, exactly the same, both for all kinds of volume, right? So the volume in general is calculated in exactly the same way. It's always a summary of total contract that were executed in the market. And remember that if it comes to the futures, both opening and closing the order counts as a separate contract. So it counts as plus the volume into the market when you close your order, not only when you open it, which is super important because sometimes the volume spike in the market is not the opening of the new orders and is not buyers or sellers entering the market but them exiting the market. All right. So this is something that we talked about last time, which is a volume indicator. And we already know by now, so it's a quick check from the last time, that volume indicator measures the interest of the market participants to the selected asset, which in this case is, S&P 500, but it can be Bitcoin, Ethereum, any other cryptos, PAX, or something else, on the specific time frame. So obviously, if you choose a 30-minute time frame, like on this chart, the bar is going to measure how much volume was traded on this 30-minute bar. In 5 minutes, then during the 5 minutes, in 1 hour, then during the 1 hour. So it shows the volume, the total amount of contracts during this specific candle, just pretty fairly simple. In other words, we can say that the volume indicator is a time-based volume because it shows the increased or decreased interest during the selected period of time. We also have something that is called the price-based volume or the volume profile, which is going to show us the interest to the exact price level. They're gonna look approximately the same. The difference will be that you basically flip it from the bottom of your screen to the side of your screen. Right or left doesn't really matter. It's gonna be on the side of your screen because it's gonna be measuring the price scale, not the time scale. And that's how it's gonna look on your chart when you add it, right? Like this, or on the chart itself, but it's gonna be the horizontal histogram where there is a volume indicator is a vertical histogram. So the volume profile measures the interest increase or decrease to the specific price level of the chosen asset. So again, it works on every single asset that you might imagine, right? And you can apply it on any single asset. Cryptos, stocks, like, for example, I don't know, metals, energies, doesn't matter. It works the same methods on every single instrument. Why? Because in every single market and every single time frame, because the principles of the market auction, how the prices form, how the orders interact, and the interest to the specific levels is shown in exactly the same way across all the different markets. So it doesn't really matter what you trade and how you trade it. The principle of how the volume profile works, right, is that the wider the histogram at the particular zone, the more trades were made at that level and the more money was invested there. That's a very simple terms. In a way to say it correct, the more money was invested, traded, and the more contracts were traded. Because it's not exactly the amount of trades, it's the amount of contracts if we talk about the futures. It's amount of lots if we talk about the CFDs. It's amount of contracts or direct coin that was purchased at the specific level, right? Entered, sold, or bought at the specific level. So we already know that the volume increases when there is more interest. And going back to the first lesson on the market auction, we know that their liquidity in the market consists from the pending orders. So when the aggressive orders enter the market, it matches with the limit orders, buy limit or sell limit order at the closest to the current market price. So if there was a lot of volume traded on the specific zone, specific level, that means that when the price leaves the zone, there is still a very high probability that there are still pending orders, buy limit and sell limits left at the zone of the high volume, because there was a very high interest, very active trading, and perhaps not all the orders were able to get filled. So by following the same logic in the future, when the price comes back to the same zone, these levels, these zones can act as a support to resistance points, because price often reacts to the zone of increased volume because, going back, there are possible pending orders left. The other logic that you can explain it is that if there was a big interest for the market participants, and let's say the market went up from the specific volume zone, it means that the buyers were able to protect this level and they are now in control of this volume area. So when the price comes back, they are most likely going to be trying to protect the zone from the price breaking below it, because otherwise they're going to be in the loss. So the big institutions, big market participants are likelier to protect this zone from the price breaking through it. So in front of you now are the components of every single volume profile. So there are several components that we're going to talk about step by step. And no matter which asset you take, is going to consist of exactly the same thing. There can be a little bit different names, which I'm going to tell you, but in general, the logic behind it is this. You have the big volume areas, which we're going to be calling extremes. You can also call them high volume nodes, high volume areas, volume accumulation areas, doesn't matter. The biggest volume extreme is going to be the point of control. The area with the biggest traded volume will be value area, and the zones with a low volume will be low volume nodes or vacuums. Now, let's go step by step through each and every single one of them to understand what are those and why do we have them and what's the purpose and how we can use them. And let's start with this big, bright part of the histogram, which is the value area. Now, it can be different color, it can be the same color, it depends how you set it up. Usually it's identified either like a brighter color of your histogram or with two lines on top and on the bottom. What is in general the value area? Well, the value area by default settings of volume profile on each single platform is the area where 70% of the total volume for the chosen period of time was traded. So the value area high and the value area low accordingly adjust the resistance and the support of the value area. So it's the lowest and the highest boundary of the value area zone. Why do we have this zone and why is it important? Now, sometimes traders change it from 70% to something else. I always leave it by default. So for me, I always trade the 70% of the value, like 70% value area. Now, price often reacts to the value area high and to the value area low. That's first. So as you can see on the screen in front of you, the price reacted several times on the value area high when it was formed, and then pulled back down. At the bottom, if you look carefully, we also had a reaction on the value area low when the price broke above it and then came back to test it. Besides reacting on the value area high and on the value area low at the resistance or support, also usually the price closing above or below the value area is signaling about their next direction of the price for midterm, whatever, depending on the timeline, obviously, you're looking at. So imagine if the price, for example, like here, closed above the value area high, it usually means that most likely the price will continue up, going up for a while, because if the price closes above the value area, it means that the market participants are accepting the higher prices of this asset. Yeah. So they are ready. Yeah.
No, nothing.
I'm thinking maybe it doesn't work. I'm prepared for anything with my technical stuff, so.
All good. It's going good.
Yeah, thanks. Ayush. So if the price goes above the value area high and holds, it usually means that in the midterm, or depend obviously on the time frame, because if it's 1 minute, it's not a midterm, but in the next, some period of time, the price will continue in the direction or above high. However, if the price closes below the value area low, it means that the buyers were not able to hold the price higher, and the market participants are now accepting the lower price of the same asset, which is going to be meaning that we are most likely going to wait for the lower prices and the continuation to the downside. So it's your signal to start looking for eventual short opportunities as well. So that's how I use personally the value area as well myself.
Yeah.
Besides the value area, we also have extremes or high volume nodes or zones of accumulation, doesn't matter. So it's basically where your histogram becomes wider. So that's every single point where the histogram increases. In other words, it's biggest volume areas within the histogram or volume profile. And you will notice that usually histogram increases and the biggest volume is traded during the period of accumulation. So the paradox of the market, until you understand it, it looks like a paradox, is the smallest movement creates the biggest volume. So during when the price moves absolutely nowhere and there is zero movement, is usually the biggest volume accumulated inside of the market. Why? Well, because during the time when the price stands still, first of all, it has enough time for the price to accumulate more volume. Secondly, on the flip side, if you reverse the logic, is the price is standing in one place because the big market players are accumulating their orders before the next move. So there, if you are a big market player, let's say you're an institution or big trader, depends on the market, you cannot just, let's say, buy 1,000 contracts on Bitcoin right now, because most likely your order is not going to get filled fully. Secondly, you're going to turn too much attention if it's going to get filled. You're probably going to cause the market manipulation. And thirdly and fourth, you are going to get a huge slippage, giant slippage, most likely. So you cannot really do this. So to be able to fill in the big order when the market, big market players, so institutions want to buy something or sell something, the price stands in consolidation and they make like a whole bunch of small orders. So they hide the small orders within the range until the full size of the order gets filled, and then the price goes further. So periods when the price is ranging is usually the accumulation of volume as well. So you will see that these extremes are highly reactive for the price, so that when the price comes back to those extremes, it usually gets a reaction for the same exact reason. There was a big volume, there was an interest from the market participants, they most likely going to be protecting the price when the price comes back to the same zone. The biggest extreme the biggest high volume node is called the point of control. It's a price level where the maximum amount of contracts or lot sizes, depending on the market, was traded. And that's why it's called the point of control. In other words, it's also called the maximum volume price level. Obviously, the price reacts to the point of control the same way that we expect the reaction from the value area, high or low, the same way we expect the reaction from the extremes. So the point of control itself is usually the most commonly used by traders for entering the trade, so exiting the trade, so as a target or as an entry point, because usually the price reaching the point of control gives a reaction to it, which we're going to have a look at in a moment. And then the last part is what I call the vacuum, or it's like a low volume node. Low volume zone, doesn't matter how you call it, right? No matter which name you give it, it's the area of the smallest volume within the histogram. We can call it imbalances, doesn't matter. Which on the other hand, unlike accumulation, is usually created during the biggest moves. So the biggest moves in the market usually cause the smallest volume traded. The reason behind it is, well, because when the price is moving, it doesn't have too much resistance. It doesn't have too much liquidity to consume, which means there are not a lot of orders getting filled when the price is going up or down. The second is because for the big market players, if we talk about the market auction and how the money works in the market, the physics of money, for them, it's not really positive and profitable if we as retail traders make money. So the price, if it starts moving, it usually moves fast. So the less retail traders have enough time to actually enter the market and being able to get profits from this move. So it needs to move fast without too much resistance, so there is a less volume. For me personally, those zones act like a magnet. So the price, if there's a really big volume zone, the same with a gap, for example, low volume zone, I'm anticipating that the price eventually is going to go back and fill in the zone. Like, for example, yesterday, during the interest rate decision, we had the fill of the zone, for example, on gold, on NASDAQ, on S&P 500, and so on. So the price filled in the gap. Some traders take trades from the low volume zones. I know Ayush, you if I'm not mistaken, you take trades from the volume zone. Yeah. Yeah, so I know a lot of traders who do. I don't, but there are methods that allow you to also to take a trade, for example, from the low volume zone. For me, it's more like a target in my system. And so again, those are all components of the volume profile. And now what I want to cover today is basically a couple of trading methods on how to apply the volume profile, or how I apply the volume profile. And honestly, if I'm really going to go into this, I can spend hours on talking about different methods and how I apply it. Today, we're going to make it very simple. We're going to talk about the key principles and 3 different methods that you can start applying the volume profile at. And then the next times, we're going to talk about more. So in front of you, there are key principles of how to apply the volume profile. And then I'm going to go to the chat and see if we have any questions in the chat eventually as well. So in front of you, it's the key principles on how to apply the volume profile. First of all, the volume profile can help you to find what is called support resistance. The difference between just drawing the lines on the chart is that the lines actually have nothing to do with liquidity. It's just our perception as traders to visually try to describe the complexity of the market in a very simple way, so our brain can actually comprehend it. That was a very difficult saying. So basically, the lines have nothing to do with the chart. If you look at the volume profile, at least you rely on something that is real, which is the order flow, which is the amount of orders that was traded, which is the interest. So it actually can help you to find the real support and resistance where the price is most likely to react, rather than just drawing the lines yourself. Yeah. Secondly, identifying balance or imbalance, meaning that when it helps you to identify when it's time to trade and when it's time to not trade as well. So it's helping you to understand that if the price is in balance, it means it's most likely not going to move anywhere. It's usually when the price is trading around the big volume zones, around the point of control. In other words, it helps you to determine the consolidation easier. And if the price is in imbalance, is usually when we want to trade as traders, because you know that it's in the imbalance and it's moving towards finding a new balance until market participants agree on certain price. So you know that it's time to trade because the price is now moving. Thirdly, it's going to help you to place your take profit and stop loss, because the volume zone is usually the area which protects the price. So your stop loss can be hidden behind the volume zones instead of behind the higher high or the lower low, where majority of the traders are going to place them. Because if you analyze the market, you will see that the prices often sweeps the higher highs or lower lows, taking the stop losses before actually moving somewhere, because it's just no-brainer. This is how 99% of traders place their stop loss, from 1% that actually places their stop loss in general. So just do something different. And take profit can be placed by the volume profile, big volume areas or low volume nodes, because you can expect the reaction from there. It can also help you to build the frame for the future price movement. This is what I do during the weekends. So I build my scenarios, and actually this is what we do with you on the lives. I build my scenarios for where I anticipate the price to go long before the price gets there. So mostly of the times I know where it's most likely going to reverse or get the reaction before the price even starts moving that direction. Because also number 5, volume profile helps you to analyze the direction using the low volume or high volume nodes, because you know if the price is above the volume nodes, it's going to continue to go up. If there is a big low volume zone, for example, down, like we had in a gap, it's most likely eventually this week going to go down sometime to fill it in. So you know what to expect. So there are 3 different methods that I want to show you today, which are the very base of using how the volume profile. And even if you do this, you're going to be ahead already of a lot of traders who don't use a volume profile at all and don't look at the volume accumulation zones. So method number 1 is super simple. It's simply the point of control. Depending on which time frame you trade, you're going to take a different period of calculation of the point of control, obviously. So if you trade, for example, on 5 minutes, which is scalping, intraday scalping, you will be able to find your way probably with the daily point of control or 4-hour point of control. And the point of control itself is a very simple, it's a very simple trading method. If the price is above the point of control, you will look for long entries from the daily point of control. If the price is below the point of control, you will look for the short entry from the daily point of control. On the example of the chart, you can clearly see how the price, every time it goes to the point of control, it gives a reaction. I really like daily because it's not a lower, it's not too low period of calculation, because also you need to realize that the lower the period of calculation of the point of control, the less the price will hold it, because the volume is lower. The higher is the amount, the higher the amount of contract was traded, the bigger will be the reaction and the more price will hold the point of control. So meaning that obviously the longer period of time there was for accumulating this volume, the more volume will be there, the more likely the price will hold it longer period of time. And there is a very important note, super important. So if you guys are making notes, that's something that you want to definitely make note on. I use the daily point of control from the next day. So notice how an entry is taken when the new day starts. So I do not trade from the same daily point of control within this day today. Why? Because in the next 5 minutes, 30 minutes, the more volume can come in and the volume and point of control can shift, and I'm not going to get the reaction that I'm expecting. So notice how all the 3 entries, they are taken after the new day started, because the point of control will not shift. And it's usually the first reaction of second, in second, example, it can be also the first. When the price comes back to the point of control, it's the first reaction to the point of control from the day before.
So it's you always use the previous day point of control for the current day analysis and the bias.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's already stable, and it's usually the first reaction the price gives should be your entry. For me, like it's my approach. Now, for example, if you take a longer period of time of calculation, like a week, because I also use a weekly point of control, I start relying on weekly point of control from the middle of the week when there was enough volume already accumulated. So like Wednesday, Thursday, I can already start relying on this week's point of control, but mostly I will rely on the past week's points of control. Same within the months, I will rely on the point of control of the months from the half of the months when there was enough time for the price to form this point of control. That's like this. So I give it time to form. Within a day, I wait for the next day. For the longer periods of time, I wait for the next, I wait at least for the half of the period to start taking it in the account. Yeah.
And also we have a question from Luna. I think that question was answered, but she's asking what time period do you use for the volume profile?
Time periods?
Yeah.
I use many. I'll show my chart afterwards. But so for example, for their building my bias for the week, I use monthly, previous month's contract point of control. When I trade on the 30 minutes and I wait for my entries and I look for like more zones, I use the monthly last month, this week, and the last week. And when I trade on the 5-minute orange XV charts to find an entry, I use daily and 1 hour point of control. So
you have the time frame alignment for the higher time frame and the lower time frame to align them.
Yeah, so the high time frame I use, the higher period of calculation of the point of control volume profile I'm gonna use as well. Mm-hmm. So the best, like it's the same with multi-time frame analysis. Logic is exactly the same. You want multiple time frames to align with the same bias, right? Like no matter which strategy you use, let's say you use a multi-time frame analysis and just a pure price action, you want the high time frame trend to be up, the mid time frame trend to be up, the lower time frame trend to be up. Then you know it's all up. Most likely your trade long will work out, right? The same exact thing. I want the price on the high time frames to be above the volume, on the mid time frame above the volume, respecting the volume, on the lower time frame showing also the above the volume and the preference to go long or footprint, for example, of volume. So I want them to align as much as possible. And if they don't align, it's fine. But then I know that like what is my limit of movement, more or less. And I know that it's a higher risk trade because it doesn't align somewhere. So I might take a trade with a lower risk. I might move stop loss to break even faster. I might take a profit faster in general. So I know my possibilities like this.
Yeah. So, and like, if I talk about volume profile, I think when I got to know about something like that kind of animal, which can help me a lot in the market, it really increased my accuracy when it comes to the supply and demand zone with actual volume at the price level. Instead of guessing, okay, price that, price and price at the price level, I should go short and long. No. Volume profile really gives good edge. So it's a really good session for you guys to take a good look at. Oh my God, I shouldn't have the coffee before the live stream, anyways. So yeah, we have a question from Parker Designer asking, how do you draw the volume profile?
I'll show afterwards a couple of methods. Like it can be different, but I'll show a couple of methods after.
Yeah.
Good question. I'll remember about this. Thanks, Ayush, for helping with questions. But I agree, because before I started using volume profile, I said it like so many times, I was using, after I tried like all the possible indicators probably and everything, I came to the conclusion that just pure price action, Fibonacci and the Elliott wave theory is more than enough for me. And then I started trading this, but I always was like missing there, and I was profitable at that time, but it was always a missing piece of the puzzle. Like, I see that it reacts and I see that my system is working, but why? You know what I mean? Like, why is it working? Like, I see it's reacting. Great. I like, thank you for the profits, but why?
Why?
Because but why? Because the problem with it is that a lot of people don't actually ask this question, and you guys really should, because the moment will come when your strategy will stop performing the way it is. And if you don't know the why behind your system, you're going to get in the position where your system stops working and you don't know what to change and twist and trick, because you don't know the components of your system and what's behind and why it's working.
Yeah.
If you know the answers to this question, you know what you need to change, maybe a little bit to adjust certain things to be able to continue be profitable as much as possible. I know, for example, that because I started using volume profile footprint, I understood the market auction finally. I know that when it stops working, I need I know the period of time to determine that it stops working the way it was working and when I need to change something. That's first. Secondly, I know when I need to change to another instrument. Like now for months already, since last year I was on gold, before I was on oil. Before that, I was on indices, because the market was better for me, favorable. I maybe not gonna continue to trade gold forever, because the market might shift, so on. So I can vary between the instruments. I also know that I need to just step away and wait for the better market conditions, or I know that I need to adjust my stop loss and take profit, or I know that I need to take profit faster, for example, because I know what to change. Otherwise, I would be again in the position where I'm going to probably look for another strategy or something, or another indicator, because something stops working. I don't know what. So what else do? I sit unprofitable, or I look for solution outside of what I do. But it's always worse than if you actually know, if you, I don't know, for guys, if you drive a car, and it stops working, what to look for, right? And if you don't know, it's going to take you much more time. It's going to be much more expensive for you to find the solution. Exactly the same way.
So to me, when I actually got to know about volume profile and it started working really well. So I was like, this time I'm not going to really believe that this is something which is really going to make me rich. Let me see actually why it is helping me, because many times I tried so many things in market and I was like, it will work. It will work for a few weeks and it will show me the real face. Okay, now it's not going to work anymore. But in the case of volume profile, it always had my back, it is the first thing I plot in my chart if I have no clear direction in the market. It's like plot the volume profile and just mark some areas and just get ready for the opportunity in the market. It's the best tool which you can use.
Yeah, I agree with you fully. I kind of want to mention my analysis without anymore, honestly.
Yeah.
That was the first trading method with point of control. We have two more, at least for today. So the method number 2 is the trading from the value area boundaries. Because as I said before, the price actually reacts on the value area high and value area low. And this can be already within the period of time of the calculation of the value area, because it's more or less the value area stays. It can shift a little bit, but mostly it stays. So for example, within a day, I do trade from the value area high or low. Within a week, I do trade from the value area high or low of the week. So on the chart in front of you, you see examples of several days in a row how the price reacts of the value area high and of the value area low. And it can be both on the reaction within the value area, and it can be both when the price breaks outside of the value area. Let's talk about first within the value area. First of all, it's usually reacting to it before the beginning of the move, or this method actually can be applied to trade within the range. The difference is that within the range, you don't just draw the lines and don't trade from the lines. You actually trade from the value area because you see that the price is still not been accepted above or below the value area. So most likely it's going to keep ranging. So then you take a trade. So it's a little different way of thinking behind and a little bit different entry point, but it gives you a little bit more confidence that the price is not going to break outside of this range when you take a trade. And the third one is trading the value area boundaries or the second part of it is while trading value area boundaries when the price breaks outside of the value area boundary. So instead of trading within the value area, when the price gets accepted, for example, above the value area high, you can take an entry when the price retests the value area high, for the continuation to the upside. Why? Because again, the big market participants or market participants in general accepting the higher price of the asset. Most likely it will keep increasing, and also price moved from the zone of the balance, which is the value area, towards the imbalance, and it's going to find the new balance. So it's going to continue to go up until it finds the area which is acceptable for both buyers and sellers as well. And the third method is actually the combination of our favorite volume profile and the footprint charts, which we talked about before. So, on the previous lessons. So you will find, for example, the value area high or low and the point of control. And then when the price comes back to the value area high or low or point of control, you will be able to see the reaction. But instead of blindly taking a trade from this reaction, you can go to the footprint charts and wait for the confirmation of buyers or sellers stepping in. So for example, if the price is within the value area, as you can see here, or like a high volume node, the price reacts on, you expect the long because it's above this high volume node, but instead of blindly going long, the price goes back, you wait for the buyers to step in, you wait for the bright green delta, you wait for the asks inflow, and you go long.
Yeah.
So that's an extra confirmation instead of blindly following the volume profile, because at some point, obviously, the price is going to break through it, right? So you wait for the footprint, for the more precise entries, and for extra confirmations. So the logic is like this. And if it comes to how to draw the volume profile, how do I draw the volume profile specifically? I'm going to change the screen. 1 second. So here we go. Yeah. So there are several methods that I use to apply the volume profile. The very simple one is to apply the volume profile over the range. So if you find the price that is in the range, in the zone of accumulation, to be able to determine where to take an entry, that was a really good short entry here, for example. I place the volume profile over the whole period of the range formation. And then when the price comes back, know how people trade break and retest of the low. So here, normally you would take a trade because the price would retest the previous low of the range. With the volume profile, I wait for the price to retest the value area. And my stop loss will go above the value area high for short and below the value area high, a value area low for longs. So this is my zone for entry when the price comes back and retests the volume profile, the value area of this range. So I place it over the range, for example, or I place it on the whole, like here also on the range it was, you see, and it was exactly where the price reacted yesterday because I was trading the interest rate decision yesterday. So look at this. This is just perfect, right? Like how more perfect can it be? It cannot really. This and like this yesterday, this is today, right? That's everything that you need to know, like how it works. This works. The other way how I apply the volume profile is when I place the volume profile over the whole move. So find another example. Somewhere I did it.
And also, I think we have a question for you, Anastasiia.
Yeah.
Luna is asking, do you take all this info into account when you take your trades? How many trades do you take at once?
How many market is going to give me? I usually trade one instrument. Yesterday, I was trading both NASDAQ and, no, I'm lying, S&P 500, not NASDAQ, and gold and Bitcoin. So, but normally it's one trade per time because 19% of my trades are like gold. So I take only one trade on the one asset. But I do take all this info in the account. Yeah, as you can see, for example, on my gold setup, that's 4 hours. Where I build my bias, then it's 30 minutes. Where I wait for the price reaction, then it's 5 minutes and range XV, where I wait for confirmation. So I actually take all of this in the account. But the next method will be, for example, placing the volume profile over the whole move. So let's say I'm looking for where the price is most likely going to react. Oops, sorry, that was my mouse. How the price is going to react, for example, after the drop. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place my volume profile on the whole move to the downside from the top to the recent bottom. And you will be able to expect where the price is going to give you the reaction, which in this case, for example, also look from the highest point to the lowest point first. The price comes back, retests the volume point of control, the big volume node here, starts dropping. So I place it either on consolidation or on the whole move. You can also place it on reversal, but I'm not going to show it now because it's a little more complicated to determine the right reversal to take into account. And then you can just use the indicators, which in ATAS is called the volume profile and TPOR. And in TradingView, it's called their periodic volume profile, PVP. And you place it for the specific period of time. So I take, for example, this one. And that is going to be their daily, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the daily volume profile here. So that can be automatically placed then, and then you do not need to place it manually.
Yeah. And I think ATAS is the best platform when it comes to the order flow stuff, because I think when you zoom out, you'll see Japanese candlestick, and when you zoom in, you'll see the.
Yeah, honestly, for me, yeah. It's the best platform. I think we lost Ayush now. Yeah, we lost him. For me personally, it is the best platform. Otherwise, I wouldn't be there for six years with them. As point of control is a POC, yes. Jesus is saying, do you guys ever cry on a past trade? Not anymore. I cried all my tears out, I think, in the last years. How you guys doing? Let me know in the chat if you have any questions. Okay, let me see. Okay, that's for Ayush the question. So this is amazing. Yeah, that's actually quite cool. Yeah, because I really do love it. I cannot imagine my trading without it, honestly, anymore. But I do take this all info in the account. Yeah, and Grey Node, I trade gold mainly. I trade PAXG, so digitalized gold and gold. 1 second. I think my camera just shut off, again. 1 second, there we go. Let's go back to the normal camera. So I trade PAX normally. So I trade crypto less. So yesterday, for example, on the interest rate decision, I was trading Bitcoin, PAX, and S&P 500 at the same time because I had my setups for all three of them. But rather than that, 90% of my trades are on gold, on PAXG, on gold. So, but yesterday I had several setups here. And then for S&P 500, I had a short, I was selling it also on the interest rate, and gold I was selling on the interest rate and then buying it back. So, but normally I don't trade stocks at all yet. I really want to get into the stocks, but I need some time and I'm struggling to have only 24 hours in a day. I really wish I had more, but for now I didn't figure out how to do that. No, this is not TradingView. This is ATAS for it's a futures trading platform for order flow and volume specifically. Why I don't use TradingView for volume profile is because TradingView takes the info from the decentralized markets. Like, for example, for Forex, for crypto, it's not exactly the correct amount of volume calculated. So the volume profile on TradingView is not going to be correct, correct prominently displayed. That being said, I do rely on TradingView sometimes. For example, when I'm on the go and I manage my trade, I'm going to open obviously the TradingView chart and then rely on see if the price is above or below the volumes, just because it's comfortable. It's convenient to have this up within your reach. So I use TradingView when I'm on the go somewhere, because Hakas is not having the mobile version. It's not available on mobile. So of course it's much more difficult to manage your trade like this.
Yeah, and we have another question from Web3 asking, Anastasiia, can you tell me where you use the volume profile? Do you use it in the kill zone, in the session, or at some specific time?
I use it everywhere, so I don't have a kill zone or anything. I use it everywhere where I decide that I want to see how the volume was distributed and where the price is going to react. So you can think about it as Fibonacci if you wish. So the same way that you would place a Fibonacci, for example, over this move to find where the entry will be. So the same way you place your volume profile, and you will be able to determine if the price is above or below certain volumes and where you can expect the reaction. So I use it literally everywhere, in every zone that I want to see the reaction and from where I'm expecting to take a trade.
And it also, I feel, depends on the type of trader the person is. If someone is a lower time frame scalper, they might use the session base or maybe the daily volume profile.
Yeah, like for example, here I have the volume profile for an hour. So this is an hourly volume profile because it's a range XY chart. It's a very low time frame, as you can see. So here, like this value area high of the 1 hour, the point of control of 1 hour, and the hour just started. As we can see, the price is within the value area high above the point of control. It's going to go above the value area high. Most likely for the next hour, we're going to continue going higher. So, this kind of things is just like when you understand the principle of trading like with volume profile and how it works, you will understand that it doesn't really matter where you apply it, as long as you understand the principle of how the price responds to the volume and where it is located in relationship to the volume.
And like, I do have a question related, like if we talk about volume profile, the way I learned it is I saw some people using it. It looked really fancy when I got to know about the volume profile in the beginning. And I was like, okay, I don't know how to use it. So what I did is just mark the areas where price got rejected and then apply the volume profile, and it actually aligned with the low volume areas. So I want to know your view on low volume areas and why you don't really use those areas for your trades.
I use them in a sense. 1 second, I'm actually thinking if I'm gonna enter the trade or not. Just 1 second. There was a question to you, Ayush. Can you answer it for just 1 second, and then I'm gonna go back to the.
Oh, sure. Where's the question?
Just a little bit above, I think. Sorry, 1 second.
I think the question was answered. Anyway, guys, make sure to hit the like button. We'll do the giveaway, and we have some unique things planned for the giveaway. Be active in the chat, and you guys will get to know at the end of the stream. I can see someone winning here, but I'm not going to reveal the name.
1 second. Where is this? No. Okay. Yeah. Let me answer the question for rather low volume notes. It's not that I never use them. It's just that I don't use them for entries. The reason being is that for me, the logic is there was a big interest of the volume for the specific area. There was a lot of trading. There was a lot of money invested. There are most likely going to be people who are going to be protecting the zone again if the price comes back there. So if it comes back to the same zone, I'm going to take a trade. If it comes to the low volume area, it's the opposite. There was no interest. There was not a lot of money invested. Means it's unlikely that there are limit orders left, which means if the price comes back there, chances are the price is not going to react to it. So for me, I don't feel comfortable on the level of like logic just to enter the trade from the low volume node. However, because it's a low liquidity zone, the price usually goes back to fill in the liquidity. So I use it as a magnet, as a directional bias. So for example, if it's a huge gap, I knew the price eventually during the week most likely going to go down to fill in the gap. So I was very careful with longs because I knew that at any given moment, the price might start dropping and go fill in this gap eventually. You know, so I use it as a direction, but not as an entry.
Okay.
If it makes sense.
On the low time frame, I actually take entry in the low volume areas.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people to take that take trades from low volume areas. I just don't, because it doesn't make sense for me logically. Which I'm not saying is not working or something, because I see that it's working for a lot of traders. It just doesn't work for me.
What kind of chart was that on their platform? It was like straight up and down candles.
This is a range XY.
Oh, so what kind of candle are those?
It's based on volume, basically. It's like a proprietary chart of others. They don't have it anywhere else. And the candle can be formed for like 1 second, or it can be for 15 seconds, or it can be for like several minutes. So it depends on the amount of volume. The higher the volume, the more candles, the faster they're going to be formed. And it's the lowest time frame that I use, if you can call it time frame in general, to enter the trade and confirm my entry, and for trade management as well. Yeah. So it's like something like if you would be using like a minute chart or like seconds chart, I think.
So it's for me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll give it a try. Okay, there are a lot of people asking many questions. Okay, so Void is asking, do you use COMEX open or London close time volatility as a derivative, as a mean of, oh my God, what are you writing?
I don't use the opening and closing times in general. The only reason the only way I'm looking at it is that like COMEX, for example, opened 12 minutes ago, is that most likely there will be higher volatility. So I don't trade at the opening at the same like time on the opening right before the opening, and like 30 minutes before the New York opening and so on. But I don't use, doesn't matter for me, the opening and closing times. I have my time that I trade usually, and that's it, that I stick with this time. Nothing else.
We have Web3 asking, can you tell me if I want to connect the Tradeify crypto account to TradingView, like Tradeify, can I connect it? You can do it on DXTrade actually, not on TradingView at the moment, like futures. So you can open TradingView in the DXTrade and trade directly from there. There is not much difference. It's say like executing on TradingView.
Yeah, something like this. Huh?
Graynor is asking volume footprint. That's your question with the question mark.
That was not a volume footprint. That was a bid and ask footprint, delta colored. If you're asking about this one, the volume footprint is gonna look like this. 1 second. So the volume footprint you can use also, because it's just going to calculate you basically the amount of contracts in total. I want to see the bid and ask distribution mostly. When I trade, for example, oil, I use a volume footprint. When I trade S&P, Nasdaq, gold, I use the bid and ask delta colored footprint. If it comes to oil, for example, I use volume because oil reacts better on volume footprint, where there is the rest of the assets. I use the bid and ask, for example, because I want to see the bid and ask distribution. So it depends on the asset for me. But some people trade the volume footprint always, no matter the asset, for example.
Yeah. And also one more thing I've seen, that is a very common question everyone asks when they are getting started with the volume profile and stuff. They think that we look at footprint every single minute to take a trade on, but that's not the case for me actually. I only look at footprint when it's at the key level. I don't even care what's happening in the current candle and what's happening in the current time and stuff. it's like not doing anything till we see if it's still price reach at some key level I'm looking at. Is it something same for you, Anastasia?
Yeah, it's same. It's exactly the same. So I don't look at the volume profile or at the footprint before it reaches my key level. Because it's first the volume profile, it's first the levels that I trade from, and then it's a footprint final confirmation for me, final step. And I use footprint for managing the trades as well, but not not initially.
We have Graynot asking, I heard it's bad to look at volume footprint in the trading view. What platform is that?
This platform is ADAS. Yeah, I think we answered this question already 10 times today.
Yeah, and don't use TradingView, my friend.
Yes, TradingView for volume is just not going to be reflecting it correctly, because TradingView doesn't calculate the total volume; it calculates tick volume, and it calculates usually the centralized markets. So if you trade volume and footprint, you want to use centralized market, like for example futures. Or for crypto, you use the biggest crypto exchanges, like for example, Binance is going to give you a very good info, Bybit and so on. So it works like this as well. If it comes to decentralized markets, like for example, Forex and tick volume, like TradingView has, it's not going to give you precise entries. But like I said before, I usually when you were off, turning the camera back on. So I use TradingView obviously on the go. So I have a TradingView subscription as well, because if I'm somewhere and I have a trade running, of course, it's much more easy for me to manage it looking at the TradingView. Or like if I'm somewhere and I'm like waiting for some key levels to be reached, I'm going to look at the TradingView because Atas doesn't have the mobile app. So, I'm obviously going to look at the TradingView and it's comfortable. So mostly I compare it and I use TradingView just an extra confirmation or for like track it on the go somewhere. But yeah, guys, if volume of profile is still can be somewhere acceptable on TradingView, then for footprint, definitely not. I wouldn't go that direction. Honestly.
I actually don't know what's stopping TradingView to, actually give us a chance to, use their footprint and stuff. There is no improvement in the volume profile and stuff in that area for order flow traders. Maybe the number of traders who use volume profile and footprint are less. That's why they are not doing anything.
No, I think it's quite big. It's just I think they like the technology behind it. I think is not made for order flow and footprint. Because for example, Ninja Trader, obviously Aras, Deep Chart, Samsung, they were created for volume. Sierra, like they were created for volume and order flow in the core. So I think it just takes the data even differently than TradingView, to be honest.
Yeah, makes sense. And we have Parker asking, how do you use the footprint and point of control? Basically, you asking the entire session she explained about the footprint and point of control.
Yeah, guys, just rewatch, honestly. Just rewatch the previous ones, please. Yeah, like the last the previous Thursday and the Thursday before was about footprint. And today was about the volume profile. And last week we talked about the combination of volume profile with the vertical volume. And today we talked about the combination of footprint and point of control. So, just rewatch
it. Yeah. We have JSupi asking, do you use code custom script as an indicator or other stuff to help you with trading?
No, I just use the standard ones, everything that is available. So I don't use any custom indicators. So instead, I had so many propositions to like program my strategy, like auto programming, but I haven't gotten there, to be fairly honest. Maybe some of the parts could be automated and made my life easier. But because I'm so bad in technical stuff, I cannot really do it myself. And I have people who can do it, but then I need to sit down and I still need to give the inputs, which I'm like, I haven't done yet, There are just so many things that you can do that you need to like choose what you actually want to prioritize. And for now, I think I'm okay. But I'm getting there with the thought process that, okay, I need to like get something custom maybe. At least like parts of the automated system, maybe.
And I think that these days it's really easy to code and with the AI and stuff. So we can create crazy things if we know how to use it. Yeah. And we have another question from Web3. order flow and volume profile looks so complicated and difficult to learn. Can you give me some suggestion?
Okay, can you give me what?
Suggestion.
Yeah, rewatch the previous 3 weeks of my. I don't know, like you start somewhere. Start from the first lesson,
and also be active in the live stream. That's what we do every day.
And also, we actually with Tradeify Crypto, we are creating with Jonathan a series of lessons. Is 5 lessons that you will see about the volume profile, about footprint charts, and like different methods to apply them. So you will have a mini course available for free on the Tradeify Crypto channel as well, where you will be able to learn it. And of course, after you watch it, you are free to come to ask any questions, and we'll figure it out. Of course, when I saw it for the first time 6 years ago, I remember like it's today. I was living in Mexico. And I was sitting like 6-7 hours in front of the laptop because I had a person who was teaching me this online, and like he was giving me tasks, and I was sitting in front of my laptop, and I was like, what in the world is happening here? And like, how do I read this thing? And why is this a buy and why is this a sell? And this is reverse because it's penny on waters. And this is like, I was like, what is happening? I was really feeling like my brain is hurting physically. So it's okay if you feel like this because it's going to take some time. But once it clicks, it clicks. But yeah, just try to join, rewatch the previous sessions, ask questions if you don't understand something. Be active like Ayush used out as well, and you'll get there. You don't really need to understand everything to be able to use it really good, and be profitable already with it, because you can always learn something more. It feels sometimes like we need to learn so many things to become profitable, but realistically, even improving like one thing or implementing just one thing puts you ahead of so many traders around the world that it's going to be already enough. Because I personally, of course, I can apply depth of market, a tape read, and I can apply heat map. I can apply like so many things. My chart can be not like all the indicators that you've seen, but like 10 times more. But I don't need it because it's profitable like this. It's good enough. And of course I keep learning more things, but you don't need to know everything to be profitable. You don't need to know everything to, to feel comfortable with using it. Just step by step.
Yeah. I mean, if we talk about any tool which you want to use to improve your trading, just make sure to not forget what you already know about markets. Like it can be basic supply and demand, Just draw it first, then try to mix and match the thing which is new, which you're using. It can be volume profile, it can be footprint and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There is nothing new, but it's always, it just gives you a kind of confidence and edge in market to perform well. So never forget what you already know about the market.
Exactly.
That's how I learned the volume profile.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you fully. There was another couple of questions. So someone was asking, how do I manage risk? I think it's going to be just a different lesson, because I add to my running trades. I don't average. I add to winning trades. It's like, and it's a trade that initially was 1-to-1 with the reward can turn into like 1-to-3, 1-to-4 with a good management. So, it's a different session because it's going to be super complicated to explain now. I'll prepare it somehow and I'll explain it. Mm-hmm. But also there was another question, which Ayush, I'm going to ask you too now. I really want to hear your answer, but Thor is asking, Thor Jack is asking, why did I pick trading over any other profession? Fairly honest, I love to say that I came here obviously for money, and I stayed for passion. Because I came into trading, it's a long story, and if you know the whole story, it's not like one time I'm gonna tell it. Some people know it's actually the very crazy story. But how I came to trading, and it was crypto initially, is because I saw someone living the life that I wanted, and living the life of my dreams. And I was like, okay, well, if this guy living the life of my dreams and not me, then he knows something that I don't know. So I came to him and I asked, what is he doing? So he was doing crypto, and then from there I went on in trading and so on. So I came to trading because I saw the live what is possible, and I came for freedom, because initially I was studying something completely else. I was studying the graphical design and like interior design, exterior architecture, and so on. But the idea was also to take my laptop and to travel around the world and be free, because freedom is just like so important, and it's so actually rare. Like now people tend to, build prisons for themselves in their own head and fears and so on. So it was always super important for me. And the idea was that I'm going to take my laptop and travel the world, and no one is going to tell me where I need to be and what time I need to have a lunch and what time I need to wake up and what do I need to do during the day, and to live the life without regret. But I quickly realized that if you work for clients are going to determine what you do. And I picked a very creative profession initially. And I very quickly realized that there is zero creativity left behind if someone is telling you 10,000 times what you need to improve in the things that you're doing. Yeah. So when I found trading, I was like, well, that's a different way to get the freedom that I want. No one tells me of what I need to do, what time I need to wake up, how much money I'm going to get for the work that I'm doing, and how much like the hour of my life costs. And with trading, the part that I love about it, but also that's the part that other people hate, is that there is no one else responsible for your freedom, but also for your results rather than you. And that's some people love it, and some people struggle with it a lot, because it has two sides of the coin, right? On one side, yes, you are free. And on one side, you are your own limit. And you can reach as much potential and as much success and make as much money and be as free as you want. On the other coin, on the side of the coin, it's all you. It's you are responsible. No one is going to tell you how much you need to work on this thing to make it work. No one is going to help you and be there for you when you need to struggle and go through all this ups and downs in trading, which trading is going to put you through a lot of it. And no one is gonna check your discipline, but also no one is going to be responsible rather than you. So you will have to take all of this responsibility for all the failures that you're gonna face, and you're gonna face them anyway, because all of us do, which a lot of people struggle with, because it's always easier to blame someone, and it's not so scary when someone tells you what to do, because you know that you're gonna get your paycheck anyway. Whereas here, you live in the uncertainty until you find a certainty within yourself. So there are two sides of the coin for the reason I chose trading. And honestly, going back, I wouldn't choose it any other way.
Mm-hmm. I mean, oh my God, that's a really deep answer to the question, Anastasiia. I really liked it. And that I think I have a similar story on that, but to keep it short, when I was 17, my father put me, I was in college, obviously in the different city. So my father put me in a men hostel instead of boys hostel. So I actually grew up with a lot of people elder than me, of age of maybe 30 or 40 and maybe 50 as well. So when I saw their life when they're doing jobs and stuff, and they got really learnings at a small age, and they were encouraging me, and you have a lot of time, don't give up on your dreams and stuff. You can take a look at us. We are really struggling to do this and that. Even if we are making a lot of money, we are staying away from our family and stuff. So that really scared the shit out of me. And I was like, okay, it's time to, do something. So I actually dropped out, and I have similar, story like Anastasiia. You previously said that you called your father about that you are not actually going to continue the study in your college and stuff. I actually did the similar thing, but I left college for a month. Then I informed my father that I'm not actually going there. I'm actually working on a store, learning the new skills and stuff. And I did the retail job as well when I was 18, as Jonathan, there was like selling babies, not selling babies, but baby products and stuff. So
selling babies.
and
it should be very profitable, in a matter of fact. Sorry, Ayush, it's my weird humor anyway. Let's just keep it. Okay, so you were selling the baby products, not babies.
Yeah. So actually, I had a conversation with a lot of customers where they just entered the store and they used to buy stuff for their kids worth 2,000 or 3,000 US dollar in some minutes. I was like, oh my god, that's not even my yearly paycheck where I'm working. They really
Yeah.
inspired me because I was working in a mall where I was communicating with a lot of rich clients every single day, and they really, and one of them actually encouraged me, you're so young, what you're doing. And I explained, I do this and this and that. And then I came into affiliate marketing and stuff, and I got really good at the affiliate income at the 18, making $200-300 a day with the social media and stuff. And then I got to know about trading and stuff. So yeah, used all the money from that affiliate to trading, and I love what I do, keeping it short for now.
That's amazing. So you left, and then you told them that you left already.
Yeah, and they were angry at that time, but now they are happy.
Yeah, I actually did the same. I didn't finish university. I found trading. I left the same year, and my dad, I think we never had a conversation about it until the last year. They were sure that I'm getting my diploma and I'm studying in Poland when I was not even living in Poland anymore. And then and then with my mom, I had this conversation like a year and a half ago, but my dad actually didn't know, but I think he figured that out because now he trades as well. So, I think he figured out on himself that I actually didn't finish the university. So we have very similar stories with you as well.
I mean, finishing all this college and university is not actually bad, but if we know that even though we feel complete or maybe finish the education and stuff, it's not really gonna make us feel alive when we'll go for the work and stuff. Yeah. So it's always good to choose what you love, but that really requires a lot of guts to actually take that step at a really young age,
Yeah, what I figured out when I started trading, because again, it's a long story, but I made money on crypto and then I lost everything, even my apartment and so on. And I had like $300 left. And I was like, you know what? And I started to study actual trading before it happened. And I was like, you know what? I can go to the job now and I can get a job and I can live with my friends because I didn't go back to my family. I was like too ashamed to go back. And I was like, I can actually live with my friend and figure out a job and try to make some money. But then I'm going to get stuck there. I'm going to go to the job and the next 2-3 years, I'm going to get stuck in the job anyway. Or I give it one last shot and with this $300, I can try to learn trading and do something with it. And if it fails, I actually have nothing to lose. I'm going to go to the same job for the next 2-3 years. You know what I mean? Sometimes what I'm trying to say is that sometimes we give so much importance to so little things in life. It feels so scary. It feels so difficult. It feels so so big decision, such a big decision to make. Whereas if you look at that from the perspective of 3-5 years, even sometimes 1 year, it's not gonna matter. These things that make us now scared, and doesn't matter. You lose your job, you're gonna find the next one. You quit university now. If I want, I will go back to study now, and I'm gonna finish my degree. It's not it's nothing to lose. In a matter of fact, everything is fixable besides death. Everything else can be fixed. And it took me some time to learn how to take life a little bit easier, but nothing is going to happen if you try to make a choice to live the life of your dream. Eventually, if you fail, at least you tried. You know what? At least you gave yourself a shot. The worst, I think, is to want to do something and never do it because you're so scared, and wake up when you are 80 years old and know that you had this opportunity to at least try and maybe some things would be different, but you didn't because you're too scared. I would hate myself for this.
Yeah.
I'd rather try and fail again and fail again and fail again until 80, but I know that I tried and it was fun, right? Along the way,
It was actually, and it's really difficult to handle ourselves when you are the only person who actually knows what you want to do, and a lot of people will say negative things, and no one is actually supporting you. You are the only one who knows what's happening around you. So keeping that motivation around somewhere alive to survive in this market plus. People are not really understanding. Okay, look, you're just looking at charts. It's like a game, and it's not profitable. In my country, people call this profession actually a gamble. If I say it in Hindi, it's jua or satta. Means it's really bad. I think slang we use here. So that's why many times I don't really tell everyone what I do for a living. It's just they think that I have many screens, so I play games. That's like, the game of life. That's what we play.
The game of life, You play it anyway. Just choose every single day how you're gonna play it. And I love how Glenn said in the chat, like we all die eventually anyway. Exactly. So
Exactly.
just do the most out of it. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna be hit with a bus. At least I want to know that I made the most from the time that I had. Like I'm not saying we don't make mistakes. Obviously we do. And knowing what I know now, it would be much shorter to rename, much easier as well. But like we learn and then we go. Just take it easier. Nothing is gonna happen. And no one is gonna die if you actually try to live the life of your dreams. At least give yourself a shot.
Yeah, don't miss it.
Yeah.
What a question Web3 is asking. Are you Indian? Can't you catch it from my accent, bro? It's very easy. So Glenn is asking, so if it's classed as gamble in India, do you have to pay taxes? It's what people say. That's what people say, but we do have to pay tax. It's 30% in my country, and I'm not going to say 30. Yeah. And
in Spain it's 40. So.
Oh. But the thing is that at least I should not talk about all of this. And
I think just you guys find yourself a tax advisor, and it's okay. Having money is never a problem. Problem is not having money. Everything else can be fixed.
Yeah. So I think Anastasiia, it's time we should do a giveaway.
No.
And
I actually have this hat, or I didn't bring it. I have it in the car. I have the hat, which says like, make. Wait, I have a picture of it even on my IG actually. Like, normalize tax fraud. I have this hat. Another, like a couple of weeks ago, the police. I was driving the car, and police stopped me for checking the car because they do it sometimes in Spain. And I was in this hat. I was like, shit. I hope they don't read English. Anyway, it's fine.
Like go rather than go in the bank.
Of course we pay taxes, guys.
Yeah, we have to.
We have to, unfortunately.
Yeah. The last option is to move to Dubai if that really is a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm Ukrainian.
Don't pay tax. Joking. Paid. Yeah. So guys, we are doing a giveaway. For that, you guys need to write volume profile in the chat to participate in the giveaway. And you guys have, I think, 1 minute. And we have special giveaway at the end of the stream. So don't leave the stream if you lose. I mean, if you don't win the duck race. So in the meantime, okay, I have to take the screenshot as well. So Anastasiia, one more question about the volume bubbles I saw in your chart. It was all red. Why your all bubbles are red? I mean, why not green and red both?
Because I switched to the chart because I'm reloading the other platform, but because I don't use the differentiation between asks and bids, and red is a total volume, so it doesn't really matter if it's ask or bid. I just want it to be visible. And I tried black and I tried red. Red is just more visible for me, but it's not because it's selling or buying volume. It's just the volume, just to make it bright, so I notice it when it comes on the chart.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why.
Actually, you're the first volume profile trader who actually trades really opposite than what I see in the internet. I mean, I know that works for you, but I actually have to question every single thing you use on your platform,
Again, what? You have what?
I actually have to ask questions for every single thing you're using on the chart. It's really different. I know. Okay. I mean, about volume profile, about bubbles, why you're not red and green? You'll be like, oh, it's just bid and ask. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just you figure out how you wanted to look over the years. Just found a way that I was trying to twist it, and I had so many things actually on my chart before as well. I used also extra things, but after some time I figured that honestly that's more than enough, what I'm doing. I got rid of some of the things that I didn't bring too much value other than that. So we have a lot of people for the giveaway. Yep, we have a lot of people of the giveaway. Oh my god, we do.
I took 10 screenshots already.
Wow. That's nice.
How many likes do we have?
We have 31.
Oh, it's on my screen. It's 25.
It's 32 now, actually.
Let's make it 40 so we can do the another giveaway. I mean, when we do the first one, let's make it 40. That's really easy target to achieve. Make your chances more to win an account. Oh, the professor is saying, thank you for the stream. I took some notes.
Nice. I'm really happy to hear it. And Torjak is saying, Anastasiia and I have the same chart style. Nice. We just had a discussion about it yesterday. Black or white charts. Nice. Yeah. Yep, guys, like the video. Give us some likes.
Goro Boro is saying bots everywhere. I mean, how do you actually identify the bots? Let me know. I want to learn.
Let's go. Yeah.
Someone is actually using the bots, because every single time I see 25, 30 people watching us, but in list, I see 40 or 70 people every time I extract the names.
Yeah, crazy, right?
That's a really different game they're playing, yeah.
We have 39 like, guys. One more and we had do 2 giveaways. 40. We got 40.
Oh, I was joking. Let's do 50. And we'll do it. We'll do it. I'm just extracting the names.
Yeah.
And we'll do the rec race. So let's take a wild guess, Anastasiia. How many people we'll have in the list by looking at the number of people watching us? Take a guess. And you'll be shocked.
I don't know. I don't know, 80?
80. Oh, 18 or 80?
80.
Okay.
What do you think?
Wait. I think it will get to know when I paste it in the website. Meanwhile, guys, be active in the chat for the last giveaway, which we'll do at the end of the stream. For now, I'm setting the names. Oh, we have 53. Anastasia, we have 53 people.
53. That's still a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Done. Let's do 1 minute. Set. And no duck chippering around. And here we go. Start. Again, many ducks with a really unique costume. Thor Jack, I think it's not a good day for you because the first person really never wins. But you still have a chance to win if you will be active in the chat. You still can win. Anyone can win in the chat. We have 2 races for today: 2 duck race and 1 the chat.
Let's go.
Oh, look at 24 seconds left. We have goat in the costume of deer. I think someone will come from the back and win. Maybe 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Oh, is it schoolboy, or is okay? I think it's the opportunist. Look at the name. He knows what he's doing.
That's crazy. Yeah, exactly. It's the last 10 seconds of this duck race are just ridiculous, honestly, always.
So, opportunist, if you are with us, write something in the chat. This is an ugly duck. No, it's the normal duck. It's a duck. It's a duck doing duck.
It's a duck.
Are you okay? He is with us in the chat, and let me just. Oh, yeah, make sure to add your email to your description in order to get your account soon. From Tradeify Crypto, you want 5K 2-step account. We are doing another giveaway because we hit 40 likes. And give me a minute. I'll shuffle the script, the list. Don't leave this stream, guys. We are doing the 3rd giveaway after the 2nd one before we end the stream. Okay, race again, shuffle characters, 1 minute again, and start. It's really lagging from my end as well. So, is it smooth on your screen, Anastasiia? It's lagging.
It looks smooth on my screen.
Oh, okay. The B duck might not win because you are the first one in the race. Jitain, I think the guy actually won 2-3 accounts. So Jainder Singh, I don't know. There are many people with the same name, maybe using something else at the end. Oh, we have David Milker Lake. Is he going to win? No, I don't think so. Someone will come from the back and win the race. It's the purple duck. Is it the purple duck? Oh, the guy with the really hard name to pronounce for myself. It's a daily day. I think I actually you won. I think I saw you in the Discord stream as well. So yeah, congratulations, you won 5K to serve account. Write something in chat in order to claim your account. And let's go back to the charts. And we'll do the 3rd giveaway soon.
Let's see.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Yeah, congratulations to the winners.
Is he? I think he is not. Oh, it's here. He's here. So congrats, you won 5K 2-step account. And make sure to add your email in your description in order to claim your account. Okay, so now we are actually, so now Anastasiia, this is my Motivave setup, which you know already.
Yep.
So out of 10, what would you rate?
I don't know. If it works for you, it works, right? I mean, it's perfect. I understand perfectly what's happening. If that's what you're asking, I perfectly understand. I can trade on this chart, I think. So and that's So yeah. But the bubbles that you are using is also the volume bubbles, no? Not bid and ask.
No, not very nice. Volume bubble.
Yeah, bubble. Yeah, volume.
I use the the book map as well, but today I don't know, something happened with the software. It's not really loading well, and that's really normal for the order flow traders for sitting on their hands, because their platform many times will lag and not really support them.
Yeah, it's crazy, honestly, actually, especially when you are like order flow and you need to focus and you need to make sure that it's working perfectly. So it's not so easy.
Yeah. Also, how many of you? I think we have 25 people watching us. How many of you actually use order flow and how it's been really treating you? Or maybe did you switch from some strategy which was not really working well for you, and how order flow is helping you? And if it's not, then let us know what is actually stopping you to be profitable using order flow.
Yeah. Are you long gold now, Ayush? What do you think about gold?
I actually did some scalp in the afternoon before the stream. As you know that I'm a low volume node trader. You can see the price rejected many times. I actually went short and would like call it a day with 1:1. It was a really good trade.
That's nice.
And I think below 4285 was really volatile today. So yeah, I don't know. I feel even at the 9:30 open, gold sometimes really never damages the trades I take. Like with the wicks, you know.
Yeah.
On NQ you see the up and low wick, and then the direction will form. But in gold, that's very less time. Like not every time it will hurt your entry if you're holding before the open.
Yeah.
So it's really good, slow and steady. And it was different. Someone asked that when you become profitable. Actually, I was not profitable trading gold in 2020 because it was the worst pair I could have ever traded when I was new in market. Every single one is trading gold in the internet, and you see those people using MT5 with hundreds of entries. The sound with the sound that they take entries, and that really make me feel like that's how people trade.
Yeah.
Or is it something else? And then I came to futures and stuff. But I think the Forex market, Euro USD and GPUs really treated me well because they are the coolest pair to trade, slow, steady, and the best for beginners. I recommend trading them first, before coming to futures and commodities and crypto. So if I have to keep them in the level of difficulties, the easiest is Forex, and then crypto, and then gold for me, and then NQ. NQ is the toughest when it comes to the actual volatile market.
Honestly, for me, I used to trade Forex before. I don't find it so easy actually, because sometimes it's consolidating and it's like too liquid sometimes for good movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it comes to order flow, for example, order flow and volume, I don't think it's the easiest market to trade. Yeah.
We have Thorjack saying order flow is my main confluence in market. It's simple because I use ICT strategy. Okay, that make really sense why you are using order flow. And a lot of people
money as well. A lot of people combine it. So.
Yeah. And I know it really hurts my brain when people say order flow and ICT is the same strategy, but that's actually not, because not every FVG is under low volume node.
Yeah.
And not every FVG is under high volume node.
I love how you said it hurts my brain. Ayush, I'm gonna have to leave you today. It's Thursday. I have to leave just a couple of minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Well,
No
I'll
problem.
say goodbye to you and every single one of you guys. I do hope you guys made some money yesterday on the interest rate. Remember that tomorrow is a timeline for the peace deal signature in person. So let's see if it's going to go through, because it might be some volatility in the markets. I don't trade usually Fridays, but I'm going to keep an eye on this. And we'll see you next week. Monday, same time, same place. Ayush, thank you so much. It was really
Thank you so
fun.
much.
Thanks
Yeah.
a lot. Thank
You had
you.
a really good presentation. Thank you, Anastasia. See you next week.
Yeah, see you Monday.
All right, guys. So let's reveal the last giveaway which we planned. It's actually for the person who is really active in the chat with the king logo and the hashtag one is going to win the account, but you can change it by not spamming but writing actual things in the chat. Thorjack is actually leading the race, and at maybe in 4 minutes, if he keeps that tag, he'll win the account, or you can give it a try. Before that, Robot is saying US bank holiday tomorrow. Yeah, that's when I size down and play slow. Oh, we have Roman playing guitar. He's doing some warm up. Yeah, now he starts. How is it possible? What's possible, JSUP? Go on, Jesu, keeps Glenn knows. Okay, is that the thing? What's the thing? I actually sometimes don't really understand what you guys are writing, you know? The context is really off the topic. When it says UP, that it's something else is going on in the chat instead of trading and stuff. Oh, and also, take a wild guess what kind of theme Roman is playing in the background, because I can't really take a guess. Maybe it's a detective trying to think, maybe trying to solve a case, which is really difficult. Yeah. Now that person is sad, maybe very close to the solution. Yeah, the idea is coming. And the idea came. Yeah, look at, so every single node of his comes with a story. It's not random. It's regarding what you said, who is the most active. For now, I think Thorjack is more active than anyone. Sounds like Indian dance. Roman, we have review. Nice one, Glenn. You also have people here don't like to chat, but all ears for speakers. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, JSOP, if you'll write, sure, of course, amazing, and some more things. I think that's not gonna actually make you win the account. It's someone else now. Okay, someone else taking a lead. It's instead of calling your name, let's call 3590. You know, that's what we discussed before. You know, to call you 3590, and 1 more minute, and if that same person is the leading, and he'll win an account. 5K 2-step account with Tradeify crypto with I think a static drawdown, the best account to trade. Okay, I think I want to focus on chat, but I'm just really enjoying the music in the background. Oh. What kind of change is that in the tune? Oh, yeah, you're on the second. You are on the second. How long before the account reaches when we win? It actually takes 24 hours or maybe 12 hours to you have an account. So yeah, not so long. You win an account, you enjoy that winning take a good nap for a day, and then you'll have an account. So make sure you enjoy your winning first. I think it's time. And the guy with the 3590 name actually won an account because he is number one in the chat. To be number one, I can't focus on this. Anyway, so we have came to an end of stream. Tomorrow we have session in the Discord. Friday, join us there, and we'll discuss more on volume profile and stuff, because that's what people want to learn, and we'll continue what Anastasia taught us today. So yeah, congratulations, the guy with the 3590. I'm not really going to pronounce your name. I learned it to pronounce for the Discord stream. See you guys next week on the YouTube, tomorrow on Discord. Thanks for joining. Make sure to give us a like, and that's all from my side. Bye-bye.